The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, this is going to be an absolute barn burner. It's Mike Long, and needs the link today. There you go, Ann. All right, and we are just about to get started. We have special guests. We have about to throw down. This is going to be crazy. I expect actually we'll have quite a few people here because this is exciting topics today. Big stuff. Let's begin with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. All right, let's see what we got in the question box. Let's open it up. It's like Pandora's box. Let's see what we got going on. We got Guy, Ivan, Heidi, George, James, Diane, Heidi, Mike, Jim. Hey, Jim. I'm just kidding. There's nobody on. No, there's tons of people on. Brian. Hey, Brian. Hey, Dirk. What's up, Jonathan? We got stuff today. We got stuff. What are you excited about? Tell me what you're. Yeah, hey, Patrick. What are you excited about? Tell me in the question box what you are excited about today. Hey, Larry, what's going on, man? Tell you one of the things I'm excited about is introducing you to Michael Pierce. This is one of the guys you'll be meeting today. See if we get a better picture of him. Let's find out. I don't see any real. Are there any real pictures of you in here? Is this? I guess this is a real picture. Aww. Is this one of the scoundrels I was talking to today?
That was the little one you were talking to earlier.
I was the talking computer today.
They were freaking out.
So this is Mike Pierce, by the way. This is not Mike Pierce.
No, that is me.
Oh. All right. All right. And we also have, I said we were going to have surprise special guests. We have a surprise special guest here. We have one. Does anybody know this guy? This popular with anybody? Give me the number one if we know who this guy is. Yeah, Diane. Yeah, it's going to close in 7 days. A lot of people know who this is. We have one Russell P. Wright. Russell, is your middle initial actually P?
No, it's not.
I'm sorry, guys. Russell Q. Wright. Q as in spectacular. Okay, that doesn't really make any sense. Russell, are you? You're on. I'm so excited that you came on to join us. I think that.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
You know, Russell has a big following here. And let's see, I think we may actually have another special guest here. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh, brace yourself. This is going to be mayhem right here. Jimmy! Jimmy Kelly! Got Jimmy Kelly. Are you guys excited about Jimmy Kelly being on? Give us the number one if you're excited about one Jimmy Kelly being on. Can everyone... Actually, if you'll sing Jimmy Kelly Was a Bullfrog to your computer screen, type in number one. Jimmy Kelly was a bullfrog, a very good friend of mine. A lot of people are singing Jimmy Kelly Was a Bullfrog right now. Jimmy, are you there? Jimmy, don't mess around. I know you're here. No sound from Jimmy. All right, Jimmy's playing around. Jimmy's somewhere. I'm sure we'll hear from Jimmy sometime soon. But he is indeed on. So I promised one special outrageous guest, which was Russell Wright, but now you're getting two. You get Russell and Jimmy, and we have other special guests coming live a little bit later on in the event. How many people here are excited? Somebody said, have I had enough coffee? I will just tell you this right now. You better brace yourself. I am in one spectacularly good mood right now. So sorry if you don't like it. I'm sure that there's some guru guy webinar that you can go on where they'll be like, hello, we're here. Here's our PowerPoints. I talked to some other guru guys, and they told me about some other guru things, about gurus. That's what gurus do, by the way. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, really what makes a guru is that they professionally sit around talking to each other about basically the same things. And I'm not trying to mock them. I'm just, they make, some of them make a fine career, $50,000 a year or whatever, just talking to each other and then promoting each other's stuff, and there's not much innovation or whatever. What's special about our guests today and every week, but especially this week, this is such a special group that we have. We have been working on this whole Death Star Reloaded thing and the whole alliance that we have with Russell Wright, with Sue Bell, and now with of course Jimmy. People know Jimmy well, and with Mike Pierce. Mike's a new superstar. We're really excited to have him on. We've been working on this longer than OMG's existed, while we were still putting together the ground floor, while we were still putting the foundation of OMG together with me and Greg and David Mills. We are working tightly with Russell and Sue, and now we've opened things up where we're also working with Jimmy and Mike Pierce here, and it's really cool because going all the way back to 2007, me and David really wanted to work with Russell. He was too smart for us back then, so we had to study up, we had to get up to speed, and we finally were unable to do that, but we found Greg. So Russell was then willing to talk to Greg, and so was Sue, and so we were finally able to bring them to you. Is that about a relatively accurate way of looking at things, Russell?
Oh yeah, I don't know about you being unintelligent. I wouldn't go that far.
No. Anyways, but in all seriousness, Greg really was able to kind of connect the dots, because we really have absolutely been wanting to work with Russell and Sue for the longest time, and to really make it make sense. Greg really helped us connect the dots. Greg's a rock and a linchpin. And so, anyways, my point is that what's so special about Russell and Jimmy and Sue and Mike is that they're real underground guys and a gal, 3 guys and a gal, who are constantly testing, constantly innovating, inventing new stuff that we're able then through our alliance to bring to you. And of course, they work with us and with Greg, and there's lots of testing that goes back and forth. When we did, how many people here heard about OMG Live being coming? The big announcement about OMG Live. David Mills just dropped off the contract at the Drury Plaza in Franklin for OMG Live Nashville 2014. And what's the reservation? Yeah, what's the reservation code? That's what Tom wants to know. Very good, very good. I do not know what it is yet, Tom, but we will get it to you. And a big part, a huge part, really a linchpin of putting OMG Live together was Jimmy and Russell and Sue being there. And so this is a real alliance. This isn't some sort of a drive-by thing. We're actually going to introduce you to 2 plugins that are extraordinarily powerful. Usually when people have a webinar and they show you stuff, there would be some sort of a financial incentive for you to buy it. For me, I make, Russell, is it correct that I make $0.00 for each purchase of Social Explosion and Kraken?
I don't understand the question.
Oh, there's 0 affiliate commission. We're doing it with 0 affiliate commission. Is that right?
Are you asking me for real, or?
Yeah, for real. It is true, right? We have 0 affiliate commission, right? I think it's 0.
I better go change the links then. Okay, yeah, it's 0.
But it is 0, right? It should be 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, it's 0.
Okay, good.
We make nothing ever on anything.
Well, at least for Social Explosion. I'm not saying we make nothing for anything, but at least for the purchase, because what we wanted to do with Social Explosion and with Kraken, because it's part of our Death Star Reloaded, was we wanted people to get it absolutely bare minimum cost, because it is so powerful. This is something that's really going to put your PBNs on steroids. We're going to be talking about that today. We're also going to be talking more about your blueprint. And we are going to be talking about, hopefully, I didn't see him in the audience, but hopefully we're also going to have another couple special guests come on today and talk about some day job killer exploits. But yeah, we have exciting stuff for you today. Joshua Fletcher says the arm wrestling title will be on the line. Oh, Brian Magnosi jumped on, so I'm actually going to bring Brian. I'm going to make Brian an organizer. We're going to be talking to him just a little bit later on in the event. Weirdly, I don't see him in the audience. Oh, there he is. Great. Okay, let me make him an organizer. Got Brian to come on. Brian's going to be talking about how he's made as much as $40,000 in a single month just the last few months doing day job killer local client consulting, and we're going to get into some real great stuff behind the scenes on that. Brian, are you there?
I am.
All right, great, Brian. Well, thank you for coming live. I'll show you. This is Brian, right here, and you'll get to meet Brian as well. Brian, do you have headphones? It'll probably be better.
Oh yeah, yep. Sorry about that. I sure do.
Great, no problem. I will temporarily mute Brian. Jimmy Kelly, are you back? No, Jimmy Kelly. Okay, well, hopefully we will get Jimmy Kelly back. All right, so this is going to be quite exciting, and it's going to be good. So we're going to have a good, fun time today. Russell, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
All right, awesome. So this is one Russell. Russell, what is your middle name?
My middle name is Matthew.
Russell Matthew Wright. That's a wonderful name. Russell
Thank
M.
you.
Wright. We have one Russell M. Wright here, and Mike, you're there.
I'm here.
So guys, what's the inside baseball? How did this whole Death Star Reloaded thing happen? Because people are so excited about it, and it's actually right now live inside of your project. Ooh, it's a little bit of background noise there. Inside of our Project X blueprint in your latest news feed right here, your Death Star Reloaded lesson just hit the supremacy section of your members area. I've also implemented step-by-step instructions in this blueprint right here. And if you click in the blueprint, that'll take you right to the Death Star Reloaded lesson that's in your supremacy area. And if you don't have access, by the way, yet to the Project X blueprint, you can get it by emailing me at omg@omgmachines.com. So Mike, how did this whole crazy Death Star Reloaded thing come to be?
You know, it's something that I've been utilizing for my own stuff for some time now, but getting together with Russell and seeing some of his technology and methods and theories really kind of kicked it into high gear.
Awesome.
So I've been using it for my large, sites as the way to pump up the internal pages for money getting, basically.
I love it. No, so how does it work? What's the basic idea? How many people here are excited to hear about Death Star Reloaded and how it works? Give me the number one if that is something that is exciting for you. Yeah, this is really big. The basic idea here is taking our PBNs and really just putting them on steroids, making them much stronger, really boosting up the domain authority on them, and in addition, really reversing any atrophy, any aging effects on them. So instead of kind of a decay, we're actually they're getting more and more valuable as time goes on.
Exactly.
All right, great. So give me an idea on how that actually works.
All right. So with all the black and white beasts out there, especially Panda, there's just many things going on right now that they're looking at, and the activity level and the metric level that comes from continual promotion is one of those things that will continue to build that domain authority and kind of fight off those black and white beasts. So over time, you actually, like you said, you're going to get a lot stronger, a lot less of an issue when it comes to some of the stuff that has been seen out there in the market recently with certain time lags and things and different types of techniques. Mm-hmm. So this kind of counteracts everything there.
All right, so the way it works, oh, by the way, Rodell gave me a very nice picture of a dog here. Very good, I appreciate that. I'm not exactly sure what that's about, but I appreciate it all the same. So I was trying to log into your OMG Machines Project X members area, but for some reason it's lagging. I don't know if the server's hung up or if it's just a matter of my system here. But it is in your Project X members area. David Mills dropped it in there yesterday at about somewhere in the middle of the afternoon. It's also right here in your Project X blueprint. I've gone through the lessons that Greg put together. Greg met with Jimmy and with Mike Pierce, and Greg's very impressed, by the way, with Mike Pierce. I will tell you that. And let me see if I can find this here for you. Oh, I shot past it. It's right there. This is it, actually, right here. I'm right in the middle of it. So this is it right here. It's currently starting on page. By the way, one of the really neat things with your Project X blueprint is that I'm quite consistently updating it nowadays. And let's see what's going on with that. I am quite consistently updating it nowadays, and as I update it in real time, it is updating for you. So here's the desktop reloaded lesson. It's currently on page 48. By the time you watch this lesson, it could be on page 108. I'm not really sure, but this is the basic lesson here. The rundown is you're going to take either 2 or 3 plugins that come from Russell and his team, and you can either use the P-B0N page post plugin, and no matter what, you're going to need both the P-B0N page post plugin, which Russell's providing to you free of charge, and then the social explosion plugin, which is very economical. You're getting the bottom dollar price on it to the same price that Russell, is it correct that it's just the cheapest price that people can get it at?
Yeah, Social Explosion is at the same price that Network Empire members get for the setup fee.
Okay, great.
And for the monthly signals, if you get those, which you really need.
Which you really need.
If you use
Great.
Social Explosion, yeah.
And then you can also optionally get the Video Kraken plugin. Greg actually created a lesson for you. He and David Mills came up with it on how to do it manually if you want to. Of course, if you have a big blog network, you're going to want to use vKraken. vKraken, extremely powerful.
And I would ask you guys, please, this is the only place that the Video Kraken plugin, at least this month, is available on the internet outside of our $3,000 course for members. So I would ask you please not to share that. I only put that together as a standalone for Greg and Mike and David. So that's just something for you to know. It's not even for sale in the world. So just offering it to you here. Yeah.
Yeah, we really have, and it's really a wonderful thing. I got to tell you, it's no. I'm really not kidding. Like what gurus do. Again, if you ever hear me talking about guru guys, I'm not really down on them. I'm just saying this is what they do by definition. Is they talk to gurus, and what Greg and Russell and Jimmy and Mike Pierce and Sue do is they develop SEO. Like they work on SEO, and that's what they do, and on SEO tools, on automation, on insights, on technology, and it's really, really cool. It's really cool to be able. This is how you stay on the absolute bleeding edge. This is it's such a cool thing because the more Google changes. This is, by the way, also really neat for me. We have right now. Let me just see how many people. We have 17 people logged into the Project X Blueprint right now. This is a constant and ever-changing thing. Because SEO changes all the time, it's one of the reasons why I wanted to have the Blueprint be a Google document that lets us update it all the time. So Mike, can you get into the inside baseball of how this all works?
Yeah, absolutely. The way this functionality happens is that with the vKraken plugin, you're continually publishing, in this case, video to your site. And the P-B0N page post plugin allows the P-B0N type site to leverage that continual publishing without pushing your money links off of that home page. So you're getting a continually updating home page without losing the links that you need there. And when that is happening on the back end in the post section and through all the social media sites integrated into the system, you're getting shares on every one of those posts. So we've actually taken some of Jimmy Kelly's methods of domain authority stacking and integrated that directly into the P-B0N, or I'm sorry, the Social Explosion plugin. So it's going out there, and your P-B0Ns in this case will go out there, create content, and then actually be syndicated through the social signal exchange network from Network Empire, where you have accounts with real followers that are actually looking at this stuff as well. So you're actually getting these quality metrics coming into your link network, your P-B0N network, and that is not only flowing through and looking legitimate, but it actually is building the domain authority of those domains. So like Mike had said earlier, you're, instead of decaying and losing anything, you're actually starting to increase this. And some of my latest testing has been really interesting because we're seeing total drop domain authority going back down on a domain that went down to 0, coming back up to the 25-30 range within a month and a half to 2 months. it really is very effective for increasing the overall power of your link network.
Mm. By the way, Glenn Ingram is telling me there's a huge server outage in Utah, so that may be some of the crazy stuff that we're experiencing right here today. I can't reach a few of our sites. So let me try to draw this up for you. I actually realized that there's actually a line. I just realized this the other day. There's actually a line drawing tool in GoToWebinar, and I've always wanted to try it out. I want to kind of like draw this up, how this all kind of works. I think that'd be really cool. Let me see if I can figure out how this works. See, screen sharing dashboard questions. If anybody jump out there, Russell, you're the kind of person who might know how to do this already.
I tried playing with it, and I kind of got disgusted and stopped using it.
Russell, tell us what you really think.
Okay.
But there's a wonderful thing about Russell, right? You always get the pure, candid stuff. Okay, what I'm going to do is open up. I'm going to open up Snagit, and I'm going to create a new project, and I'm going to try to draw this up. The way that you're saying that it works, and just correct me if I'm wrong. Let's try to create a diagram. I think it's really useful. How many people would like it if we can find a way to sort of diagram this up and figure out how this all works, if that would be kind of helpful to you? Give me the number one if that sounds pretty hot. Pretty hot to people? Give me a number one if that's hot. If it's not, that's fine. Looking good, all right. Pretty popular here. Okay, Jimmy, so sorry, Mike.
That's okay. We're becoming one. It's all right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Every time I talk to Jimmy, he brings up you. Okay, so let's say this is our money site. Let's say this is whatever, NashvilleSEO.org. All right, so we'll say NashvilleSEO.org, and let's have a look here. Beautiful. All right, so this is NashvilleSEO.org, and let's say that we are powering NashvilleSEO.org with good old PBNs, okay? Which of course is very, very powerful, very wonderful. You don't have to do this technique if you don't want to. It's just going to make it better. It's just going to make things better, work faster, even more sustainably, all that kind of stuff. So now let's say that we have a PBN site here. I'll change the border color on this so it looks a little bit different, and this will be PBN1. 1.com. Okay, so this is PBN1.com. It is an expired domain. It used to teach people how to do hair extensions, let's say. Seems like a good thing to do. And of course, with PBN.com as an expired domain, we register it and we use Greg's supremacy techniques, and we use it to link to NashvilleSEO.org. And that is one of the things that's powering NashvilleSEO.org's rankings. Okay, so does everybody follow that so far? Does that all? Whoops, there's Mike Pierce. Sorry about that. Does that so far so good? Give me the number one if so far so good. If I've already lost you, we're in trouble. Okay, good. All right, so everybody gets that part. So what if? Here's the idea: is what if we could make PBN1 not only stronger, but even more enduring? And Nick, truly, if you're lost at this point, that's absolutely valid. You'll have to email me at omg@omgmachines.com. This is relatively basic stuff for most OMGers, but I'll be happy to walk you through it at another time. But very happy to do it. So just email me at omg@omgmachines.com. All right, so we've got pbn1.com, and it's linking to NashvilleSEO.org. So now, how is it that we're going to soup pbn.com up? How do we make this site even more powerful? Now, let's talk about why it's powerful in the first place. So pbn.com used to be a site that was for hair extensions. Maybe teaching people how to do hair extensions and selling hair extension accessories and so forth. And so what happened was over time, it got linked to by other sites that were out there. Let's change the color here again. It got linked to by just various sites out there on the internet. Make these little bubbles here, and one of them might have been, let's see, WallStreetJournal.com, because hair extensions are big business news. And let's say that. See a different site linked to it. Let's say it was whitehouse.gov, because because the president's wife used hair extensions, whatever. Doesn't really matter, okay? And then we had another site that linked to it that was a radio station like klks.com because there was a big contest about it, so klkq.com, and so on. All right, and this is why our PBN is, this is why PBN.1.com is valuable, because it has these great backlinks from WallStreetJournal.com, WhiteHouse.gov, KLQ.com, this other website out here, this mystery website that is linking back to it. So this is how we're getting our juice back to NashvilleSEO.gov. And of course, these other websites have their own links. Now, what is it that we're going to do now, Mike, to soup this site up and make it even more powerful? Mike,
So there's a few things that happen. The site there, pbn1.com, is, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, perfect. I had a little hiccup in the connection. So pbn1.com is going to do a few things here to actually start increasing its strength. It's going to start growing, so that site is actually going to get larger as more videos are posted through vKraken. So you're going to start to become more of an indexed beast there instead of just sitting stagnant and only getting posts when you are putting up links, which is going to increase that crawl. It's going to increase the activity there. When those posts get published, they're actually going to shoot out into like Twitter, Pinterest, Delicious, sites like Dig, and they're going to go into a category, and they're going to start to actually get themed more along the lines of what the new repurposing and retheming for that site is. If you're going niche specific, it's actually going to just get themed in a few ways if you're going, general, through the general categories as well. So with the posts coming up, getting more indexation in the industry or in the search engines, the social signals pointing to those posts and the activity going on in the social, you get more crawl, you get more links because there's actually some domain authority stacking going in there, so you're creating links for the site as well. So overall, you're building every metric that initially, with the powerful links that are pointing in, you're increasing the metrics with more themed metrics. Right?
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Do you feel like Mike Pierce may as well be speaking in Chinese right now? Give me the number one if you feel like he may as well be speaking in Chinese. Give me the number two if you totally get it.
That's a big number one. Just
It's going, Jimmy. It's going.
All right, we're getting about 40% comprehension there, which is good. I'm actually very impressed. I'm very impressed. So let's bring this down a different way. Jimmy, do you have a better way of explaining it, or should I try my hand? I bet you can do it better than I do.
I want the lesson in Dutch that someone offered me.
Yeah.
Why don't you give it a try, Mike?
Oh, okay. So this is going to be hard. This is going to be me speaking incorrect. No, I'll do my best. All right. So basically, what happens? The traditional PBM process is, and it's great. Greg's traditional process, which is fantastic, is that we're going to take this new site, this PBN1.com, and we are going to add content to it. So let me just make a new screen here to explain this. So we've got PBN. Whoops. Drawing tool chicanery here. So PBN. So here's our site, pbn1.com. Let's switch it back to blue, so it's appropriate to what we were doing. So this is pbn1.com. So we buy pbn1.com on the expired domain market, and then what we're going to do is it's going to start as a blank WordPress blog, and we are going to set it up the way that Greg tells us to set it up, and we are going to start adding articles to it. So the articles will come out. They'll be like little web pages. So this can be a little web page. It's like kind of like a web page, right? It's hard to see. To make it a web page, it's a little bit easier to see. This is easier to see. So this is a web page, and this is it's actually a post, and this will be a post about post on gold. Okay, and so we'll create this post. This post is on gold, and then the post will have an outbound link or two that will go to, say, a money site. Like, it's pretty cool. I'm feeling pretty smart right now. because I don't have to explain the explosion plugin just yet. All right. So let's see, send this to back. And it is going to link to, say, Gold IRA Custodians. Gold IRA Custodians.com. All right. So that's what it's linking to. All right. And it might link to the front page. It might even have a couple of links to it. One page to the home page, one page to an inner page. And it also, just to make things natural, might link off to Wikipedia. Okay. And so every single time that we want to get a link to one of our sites, like Gold IRA Custodians or Nashville SEO, then what we're going to do is we're going to put up a new post. And that's what we're going to do. And that is going to be very effective for us. So here, this will be a new post, and this one would be a post on SEO. And it could go then link off to Nashville SEO, right? And so on. Okay, so what happens different is with with Death Star Reloaded. The idea behind Death Star Reloaded is that we're going to make it so, first of all, so it's not just these few posts, because the maximum number of posts that we're going to really put on a PBN with Greg's traditional process is about 20. Okay, we're not usually going to put more than 20 posts because we want to keep and it can be more than that. It's okay, but just normally we're going to keep it to 20 or fewer posts. And then once we're done with those posts, that's it. It's over. We put our posts up. Maybe there's some video embeds in the post, but they're just going to sit there, and it's not going to have a lot of new, fresh content. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think that it might be better if we added, let's say, a new video every single day to this blog, and if every single time we added a new video or a post, that we got tons and tons and tons of tweets coming in, of Pinterest pins coming in? Let me change the color here. So this could be tweets. Tweets can be blue, and Pinterest pins can be pink, because we all know that chicks like Pinterest, right? If you're a chick and you like Pinterest, let me know. Chicks like Pinterest, it's the truth. Let's see if I can find pink. Where are we getting those sounds? We're getting some amazing sounds in the background there. Is that, maybe I can do something about that. That every time I say that, the sound stops, so I feel good about it. So these are pink Pinterest pins, and we can have things coming in from Delicious. Delicious. Oh, didn't mean to change that. Let's go back to pink. And let's say that we have little things coming in from Delicious, links coming in from Delicious, and from, I guess it's called Digio or something like that. Do you know what the name is of that that site? Anybody out there? Let me know. Let's see. Get a new one here. Okay, so let's say we get a bunch of social links that come in every single time we make a new post, or every single time we post new videos, and we post new videos every day. So we get Pinterest pins, we get Twitter tweets, we get Delicious links, and we get, I think it's called, what's it called, Jimmy, or is it Digio?
I call it Digio, but it's not
Digio.
Right.
Okay, well, there
That's
we
what
go.
we'll call it.
So Digio. So this is Digio. This is Pinterest. Pink because chicks like it. Twitter and Delicious links coming in. So give me the number one if it makes sense that if we had automated videos, or well, whether they're automated or not, new videos being posted every day, and every single time we post a new video, that we get Digio links, Pinterest pins, Twitter tweets, and Delicious links, that would be very good for our blog. Give me the number one if that totally makes sense to you. Chinese was clearer. Patrick.
You are now my translator.
No,
everywhere with me, Mike.
Patrick just said that you're easier to understand than me.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought that was neat. Now, again, I want to kind of point this out, that our current process absolutely positively works. One of the things, though, that we always try to do is future-proof things and make it so that they work even better, okay? So this is the basic idea, is that we're going to add we're going to add to this. First of all, whenever we put a new post on, that we have all of these wonderful links coming in. And in addition, we also want to start adding new videos in every single day. So let's make this a video because this looks a little bit like a TV screen. Okay. So we want to have, I guess I can make like a little TV antenna on it. There we go. See, that looks really good. All right. So we want to have new videos coming in every day as well. All right. And we want those to hit page 1 of our blog, page 1 of our website. And we also want those videos to get the same links coming in every single time we put them up. We get new delicious links.
Can I jump in there real quick, Mike, and just
Yeah.
make something known? So we're doing this in a very natural pattern, and there are some questions coming through with how much to use on different social signals on different platforms. And this is set up to go onto a drip feed so that you're not getting a footprint with these social signals. They're coming out and they're scheduling over a period of time and they're continually running. So whether or not you're posting constantly or your budget doesn't afford you a huge package, you can set these settings up so that you can make use of this without going overboard and breaking the bank. So I wanted to make that very clear. This is very natural and it drip feeds on the schedule you specify.
Yeah, we actually have a version of this. The one plugin that you absolutely have to have with this is Social Explosion. It costs $97, a one-time fee with this special package today. And what you're going to do is you're going to have to pay a monthly maintenance fee that's as cheap as $10 per month in order to drip these links out for you. And so for the total price of an additional $100 one-time fee plus $10 per month, then you can start doing this, and then it goes up from there. It can be a little more expensive from there. Automating the videos is going to be a bit more expensive. Very, very well worth it. Give me the number 1 if that sounds like a fantastically good deal to you. Number 1.
There was a question about that being per site, and no, that's not per site. Your social signals are across all of your network. The packages span your whole network.
Yeah, no, this is good. Do we have to? No, Guy, great question. Guy says, do we have to produce the video content? Heck no,
Nope.
no, not at all, not at all. So
once you set it up, it's definitely a very hands-free.
Okay, so Jimmy, how did I do?
Jimmy.
I thought you did pretty good. I think it explains it really well. I mean, the benefit to it is, you're building your domain authority, you're increasing the activity of the Google bot coming back quite frequently to your PBN because, with all those posts going up all the time, it's going to supercharge all that. So.
Yeah, to give, you guys have done extensive testing with this, and what we're seeing is you can take a brand new website that's not even a PBN, and I got to figure out where that's coming from. Let me just, whoever it is that's doing it, let me know. All right. So one of the things that you guys did in your testing was take a brand new website, stick this on it, do nothing else to it, and watch the domain authority go from 0 up to as high as 10 to 25. Is that correct? In 90 days?
Yep. Yeah, that's about where we're seeing it build at this point. Yeah.
Okay. So once again, things start. Imagine starting a brand new website. It's not even a PBN, but a brand new website with no juice coming into it in the first place. And you hook this process onto it, and then 90 days later, it's got a DA between 10 and 25. Does that sound good to you? Give me the number 1 if that sounds awesome. Okay, great. Give me the number 2 if I'm speaking Chinese. Got a pretty hip crowd here. Who said 2?
I'm not calling it out.
Is that Russell?
No, it's Mike.
Oh, it's Mike. It's not Mike. Jeff Petard says that it's Russian. All right. Well,
there we go.
All right. Well, we're really going to try to help get this straight for you. Now, okay, great. Gordon says, how does this work for affiliate marketing? Well, Gordon, let me ask you this. Do you want traffic to come to your affiliate websites? Do you want your websites to rank number 1 quickly and easily? Give me the number 1 if that sounds good to you. Of course, right. So if your PBNs were much more powerful, then do you think it'd be easier for you to get websites? Yeah, this will work on new websites, not expired with links. Yeah, and you could even set up, you could even I think it's still really well worth it. You could even take, Jimmy, is it correct that you could even buy much weaker PBNs and just have really fantastic success with them?
Yeah, you can over time. I mean, it really fits in. If you think about the way that Google's always said what they want to see on a site is, put up good content, and if you put up a good piece of content, it'll get shared, it'll get linked to over time, and then you become an authority in a space as you develop more and more of this content over time, and it shoots up your domain authority that way. So basically what we're doing is just kind of manipulating that. So it still does it naturally, I guess, the way Google wants to see it, but we're just kind of kicking it into overdrive.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's if you look at Panda and all that and see what they're looking at for that, this is kind of the opposite of what they're doing, which is if they're penalizing something, then they want you to be doing the opposite of that. So it goes a long way for increasing all that activity on the PBN sites without you having to go through and manually make that effort to do it.
I want to make sure, Russell, are you still there?
Yes, I can. I wasn't sure if that weird noise was me or not. So
It is, but yours is so wonderful to hear from you that it's worth it.
Oh, wow.
So let me ask you this, Russell.
You really know how to talk to a guy.
Thanks, man.
Welcome.
And it's not just because I'm flirting.
Okay, good.
I really mean it. So tell me, Russell. I remember a conversation I had with you. It was actually even probably like a couple years back. It was right as we were getting things rolling with the alliance between your team and OMG. And I would love to just get your perspective on this and why you think that this is great stuff.
We're just creating a doomsday device that everybody can plug and play if they're in the elite club. So, and for real, I mean, it's like crazy. Like I'm sitting here looking at our network of thousands of videos being published, because you remember OMG Live last year. We're going to talk about this even more this year, where we had 150,000 page blogs with videos indexed on the first, second, and third pages, and all we were really doing, I didn't even have Social Explosion at that time.
Yeah. And
the power of YouTube videos is going up in the sense that, we're not talking about directly ranking YouTube videos like, you guys are familiar with all that stuff out there where, get your YouTube video ranked, throw a bunch of links at it, kind of a pseudo domain authority stack. These are published on your own sites, which are secondary networks on your PBNs. So you're getting both traffic and rankings and engagement rank, as we talked about at OMG Live. And so you get all the things that Google wants. Engagement is the name of the game. But what we didn't have is Social Explosion, where some of the most important engagement signals are social. So Mike Pierce had partially developed his Doomsday device and introduced it to us, and he's been working with us for years. So now we have the one missing ingredient that I think everybody struggles with, and honestly, including me, when it comes to backlinking as well as providing social signals. And Mike had 3/4 of the way automated it and needed some programming help. We came together and put our team on it, and now we have the Doomsday device available to, honestly, for now, just people that we know. We will go public with this, but our social signal exchange network makes it possible to kind of sprinkle the pixie dust, if you will, of living human signals to those backwater pages, and it works. And of course, think of it from Google's perspective. How would you begin to weed out crappy network things by 2016 if that was indeed your agenda? It would be to find out if there isn't any traffic, if there isn't any social signals, if there isn't any domain authority backlinks, right? Well, we've solved all those problems for you. The PBN systems that Greg and OMG Project X are teaching work fine. They were great. You still get the domain authority. The methods that Greg is showing you is amazing. We're preparing you for the future. So one of the questions was, okay, Mike, tell me what is a priority for PBNs versus PBNs reloaded. Bottom line is, if you haven't done a PBN before, follow Greg's instructions to the letter, build your PBNs out, and gradually you'll begin to become aware, as you make tons of money, that it's worth upgrading to these sustainable systems. You'll have all the knowledge, which honestly very few people out there will have. You start building these automated systems combined with real human interaction, and you're gonna be surviving when all of a sudden the sky starts falling over the next couple of years for people as Google moves into the semantic web, which we won't talk about. But just put it this way.
And the thing is, what Russell's saying is really important, and this is not just important for sustainability. It's critical for sustainability, but it's also, Russell, I mean, you're just getting way more power out of this.
Way more power. I mean, you think about it, you're getting all the things that we hate. I'll admit it. Creating content, horrible, right? Who wants to do that for PBNs? That's why we don't. It's like set and forget. Well, video is the wild card content of the web, especially for Google. In fact, really look at it, you guys. What is YouTube? We talked about this at OMG Live. We'll talk about it again this year. Video and YouTube. For Google, YouTube is the permission to share their advertising network in the highest engage rate medium in the world, video. And of course, keep in mind, the Video Kraken plugin that we're talking about here automates video. To give you an idea, when we created it, YouTube and Google allow 5 million videos per day to be published for their API in each one of your plugins. 5 million videos today is where they max out. That should tell you a little bit. What Google allows as an API permission gives you a little bit of an idea of where they're at in terms of spam and concept. They know when you publish videos that they're giving you permission to publish the highest engage rate and clickable ad system in the world. So what they do is they deprecate the risk, they increase the power of that. You have domain authority embedded right into your posts. And why do they do this? Because they know people watch your videos when they find them. Think about it. You get the best of both worlds. Then on top of that, to make matters crazy, we automate the backlinking, the domain authority, socialization, and, God forbid, the actual traffic. Not that you want traffic to your PBNs, but damn, if you get it, that increases the power as well.
Yeah, yeah, it absolutely is, and you will. Yeah, I mean, you'll absolutely get traffic to it. So what I want to do,
you will, yes.
So what I want to do is answer some questions. So first of all, the biggest question we're getting is, will Social Explosion and Video Kraken work on multiple sites? They'll work on unlimited sites. Okay, so you can put this on as many sites as you want. Paul wants to know, do we change over our existing PBNs to this method? Paul, this is our recommended way. If you can afford it, it definitely will make your PBNs better. Now, the current PBN method is already just super powerful, so you don't need to change over to this. This will just make it much more powerful and much more sustainable. All right, so hopefully that'll answer that question. Where are these videos coming from? And are they linking back to our PBN sites or being posted on our site by this plugin? Okay, so Michelle, there's two ways of doing this. If you're doing it in an automated way, which is what B-Kraken does, then B-Kraken is going to go to YouTube, find appropriate videos, and post them on your site, and then catalog them for you. You can also do this manually, and Greg shows you how to do this manually right now inside of your members area. I couldn't a few minutes ago pull up your members area. Let me see if I can pull it up now. Yeah, somehow I just can't seem to reach the OMG Machines server right now. But anyway, it's right there inside of your OMG Machine server. It's also in your Project X blueprint. You can go to OMG. You can email me at omg@omgmachines.com to get access to the blueprint, which also explains how to do it as well. Let's see some of these other questions here. Ted says, Doomsday device. Doomsday device just means it's real powerful. Do we start monetizing our PBNs? Okay, so the idea, Jeff, is we're greatly increasing the power of your PBNs, which is then going to pass on much stronger search engine power to your website. So we're still just using them to power our money sites. Will it rank your PBNs also? Yes, it very possibly, very likely will rank your PBNs also. Let's see. Jeff says mind-boggling in a good way. Absolutely agree with you. Yep. Diane says, are these plugins that you can just add to your existing site? Yes, indeed. Let's see. Would you put? Graham wants to know, would you put this on your lower power PBNs first, or on your high power? I would put them on all. If you get access to this, use this on all of your PBNs. This is really exciting. Like, how many people have ever got to thinking that, wow, this PBN thing is so exciting. I hope, that other people, that the market just doesn't become saturated with it, and that you want to feel like you have just an absolute unfair advantage that nobody else has. If you had that feeling, then this is the answer to your dreams, to your prayers. Can you point this? Okay, can you point this thing at a video and would have a similar result on the rank? Well, Shane, what you do in that case is you would point your PBN, you'd post the video on your PBN, and that would give you, the power of your PBN to your video, which we do. what effects will this have? This is Tom James. Hey, Tom. What effects will this have on the conservatively allowed number of links to the money site from each PBN? Tom, you probably will be able to link out more from your PBNs with this if you want. So let's see. Using social explosion. Let's see.
I got a picture, Mike, if you want to see how it works. I don't know if that'll help people.
I would love that.
Or not.
Do you want to do that? You want to be
Sure.
the presenter?
Yeah, you can pass it over.
Okay. Let's pass the mic to Jimmy Kelly. Jimmy Kelly.
Theme song, Empire State.
Can you see my screen okay?
I can. Wow, that's so cool.
Okay, so this is
You had this all along while I was busy making these hard graphics?
I'm sorry.
Mike,
I
we like to watch you draw
half hour
pictures.
late.
Mike, we enjoy you drawing and the suspense of drawing the pictures.
Oh, this is so unfair.
Yeah, sorry. This is. Yeah, sorry about that. So this is kind of like how you drew out there. So you have the money site, or it can be. You can install this on your money site or PBN as long as it's WordPress. You're good to install it. It's going to help domain authority regardless, and traffic, and link juice. So when you have your posts, as many posts as you want. Let's say, as you roll out these posts or as they get published, with the social signals going, you're going to have a shortener, and these are all high DA shorteners that are pointing back to your post. And then it's either going to be a tweet. So within the tweet is going to be that shorteners contained in there. And so, it's going to be Twitter, it's going to be Delicious, it's going to be, Facebook, it's going to be whatever it is, in place of this Twitter. But you're going to get all these social signals that are going to be going back to that post as it's published. And so over time, you get all these high quality type links that are going kind of on autopilot without having to go out and, acquire them yourselves or do them manually or things like that. So I don't know if this picture makes sense, but hopefully,
Give us number one.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, give us number one if that helps you make more sense. Now, folks, this is not for your money sites. This is for your PBNs, and this will soup up the power of your PBNs. And of course, your money sites will massively benefit from this. Okay, but they'll benefit from it because your PBN is getting to be much more powerful and very simply. And I got to tell you this: the reason we do this, there's no financial benefit to us to you getting to you buying Social Explosion or B-Kraken. But the reason why we're doing it is we just want you to have more success. Like, number one, I check my own email every day. I see the thank yous coming in. I see it when people are having success. They're getting their sites ranked. They're starting to make money. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. Okay, so I like that. I want more of that. Number two, it makes it. What's that?
I'm removing the affiliate links.
Oh gosh, Russell.
I'm just messing. I'm messing with you. There. It's cool.
There are no affiliate links.
No,
Russell,
they're gone. They're gone.
Russell is the clown prince of SEO. So the point is that and the reason that we're doing this is we want you to have success with this. It even makes OMG easier to market. So it's like less work for me to do, less webinars I want to do. It just all makes everything so much easier for us if you have success. So we want you to have this. This is a superpower concept. If you can afford the $97 for the one-time fee for Social Explosion, it's an absolute no-brainer. It'll be the best $97 that you spend. It's fantastic. It's a $10 per month minimum to upkeep it, and then the packages go up from there. But it's just such a no-brainer. It's such a power for your site, and it's just great news for you. Let's see. Where are these tools available? They're available for you right now inside of your members area, which you may not be able to get access to at the moment during this webinar. This is all going on in your supremacy area. And of course, everybody knows at this point to be checking out your latest news area, where David Mills is constantly informing you as to what's going on. And you can also be checking out your blueprint, which is always constantly updating as well. Okay, Larry says, please provide more information about the monthly costs associated with Social Explosion and how the cost spreads across multiple PBNs. Basically, Larry, the higher package you pick, the more tweets and Pinterest pins and more social signals you get in. It's basically the way it works. Okay, yeah. The new biggest question is: do you put this on money sites? The answer is no. Do not put this on money sites. Okay, is that correct, guys, or should they put this on money sites?
If you're talking about WP Social Explosion,
you can put it anywhere.
It's 100% safe on money sites because it's a buffer.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I use it on. I have
it on all my money sites.
Money sites, PBNs.
So does it need to be on? So does it need to be on Nashville SEO?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
All right, guys. Never mind.
You guys, the big thing is that the reason that money sites, like for example, Nashville SEO doesn't have a lot of content being updated, so it only works with the hooks when you publish.
Yep.
So if you're not publishing anything, Social Explosion can't really do it.
Should I put VKraken on there too?
Yep.
I wouldn't put Video Kraken on your money site.
Oh, okay.
So that's why we're talking about P-B0N Reloaded here, because that's the distinction. We only use Video Kraken on our secondary networks. Both are what we call WR2, which we won't get into because it's more Chinese. But the point is that we don't put any automated publishing systems on it. At least I don't. Don't talk to Mike Pierce, though.
Yeah, don't talk to me then.
Mike Pierce has his own little secret empire, and we're not talking about it. Okay, so, but for the front-facing, the rest of the world, just don't blow yourself up by putting any auto posters on your money sites. That's extremely dangerous. Follow these methods directly. But we're talking today about P-B0N Reloaded, and it's very powerful because if Social Explosion provides, depending upon your package, huge amounts of real social domain authority links as well as traffic from the Network Empire Social Explosion Social Signal Exchange, and you're publishing anywhere between 10 and 100 posts per day, depending upon what Greg Morrison tells you to publish, then, ergo, you're going to be creating massive domain authority on your PBNs, higher rankings across the themes that you're targeting, long-term sustainability, as well as, God forbid, traffic from your PBN network. Does everybody understand what I said? Give me a 1 or something, or whatever. Hashtag boom or whatever. That makes
I wanted
sense?
to point out as well that this has got love in it too. I've got personal armies inside of this thing, and this is used by all of us, so it's very well paid attention to.
It is.
We constantly upgraded.
Actually, to be another thing I was going to talk about at OMG Live, we weren't going to release this. I know you hear that a lot. This was never going to be, but this is actually true on this one. Like, we thought about, okay, we have this massive network of people, and there's people within it as well who, you know, put a lot of love into their things. They get, for example, reduced. I think in the upcoming version, you get reduced costs if you actually have your own network where you're cooperatively tweeting, right, Mike? In the upcoming versions.
Yeah, we're doing some stuff with that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not ready yet, but it's starting to get built. The point is that there's a lot. This is a network that is real people. You can't be busted or fingerprinted because it's authentic. Like the biggest weapon against footprinting and the rest is just like make it real. So within that sense, you've got that kind of safety thing pushed in, and so all of us were watching it. We're currently, in fact, Sue and I drove to California to hire a Google level programmer to help bring it to the next level, which it already is by tomorrow afternoon. Okay, and Scott is an amazing developer, right, Mike?
Yeah,
so
Scott's awesome.
All that development coming in. We had to literally go and get him because of his quality and skill. So I just want to let you guys know the story behind the story of what this really is and why, because of our exclusive relationship with Mike for many, many years, and David and Greg now, that this is the family that we are going to go public with this thing, but we really will be working closely with you guys because the P-B0N Reloaded concept is only a part of Project X. And that's what we want to emphasize with you, is that we haven't shared that anywhere else. This is part of what we've learned with Greg Morrison and Mike Long. It's for you to be giving us feedback. We have continual community conversation about it. We're watching everything that's happening and constantly maintaining the servers. So this is really what's going on with it.
So how many?
Go ahead, Mike.
No.
So some of the, I wanted to share some of the awesome, exciting stuff that's happened with this whole social network, and we had some beta testers that we use specifically some penalized domains on, de-index blogs and things like this, and just turning this plugin on and running this re-index the blogs and increase traffic by about 200%. So there were some questions going through about how is this real eyes? Well, these accounts out there have real followers that are actually seeing. These are themed accounts that are in any theme you want to go into, plus general. And there are real eyes all over it. So it really does get all that metric flow that you want through your whole network coming up directed directly to your money site through your PBNs that with Greg's method are extremely powerful. And this just, it just kind of gives it that little kick in the butt. And it does some pretty amazing things.
All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself the presenter. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate that. Thanks for showing me up, buddy. See if I give you any more
no
good
problem.
advice.
I just had that handy, so.
Oh, yeah. No problem. I see how it is.
One thing to think of, too, I mean, even if you took the, even if you took the traffic out of the equation, as you have a PBN that sits there, and if you're not building links to it or anything like that, like over time, some of those links can start dropping off, and so the power of that site will start dropping. So this just kind of helps keep that power kind of in check, So something to think about too.
Like Gatorade.
Yeah.
All right, I have put the word out. Please give me a hashtag boom if you think that this Webby is amazing so far. I went to our good old Facebook group right here, and I just want to get some. It's not really public because of course our Facebook group is not public, but let me see some hashtag booms if you think that I don't know, that OMG is a city on a hill and this is just freaking dope. But only if it's dope. I should change. I'm going to change amazing to dope because dope is like the ultimate word. So I'm going to change it to dope. All right. So let's get a hashtag boom if you think this is dope so far. Somehow Fletch got a post. That's going on Fletch. Since Cynthia posted on Fletch's thing, I got one from Jeff, Tom, Carrie, Steven, Sylvia, Frame. See what's going on here. See if people like this. If we've had a good start. Ooh, Jonathan gave me a boom, 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 boom. Graham, Jimmy. Ooh, Jimmy. All right, Jimmy. All right, Michael, Sue. Dang, this is good. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I agree. All right, good. 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 I like that. I like that. Let's get more of this. Want to see more of it? All right, good. Everyone's having a good time. All right, excellent. Parting shots, guys. Just so everybody knows, this is in your members area. It's in your blueprint. We're going to keep talking about this. This is very, very powerful stuff. Mike, any parting words before we head on to the next segment of things here?
No, I'm excited to see people start using it for the reloaded stuff. It just makes everything stronger for everyone else. We get more content through there, and it's kind of like a community where we all boost each other up.
I love it. I love it. Jimmy K.
Hey, Mike, are you done with me? Because I have to do this thing.
You got to go? All right.
No, I don't have to. I mean, are we continually?
Yeah.
Are we going to? Do you have other guests besides us today?
Yeah, I sure do. Can we get a big thank you for Russell and Mike and Jimmy? Can we get big thanks for everybody? Yeah, I think everybody's having an awesome time. Russell, do you have any parting words, any parting thoughts before you go?
I don't. I think Mike is going to stay. I think Mike and Jimmy will stay. I just have this thing. I actually forgot it was 12 o'clock. I thought it was 8 o'clock tonight. Right. Sorry, you guys. Right. My parting words are: I'm really excited. Mike is truly and honestly the best event planner and executor that I've ever met. And so I was really, really thrilled to hear that we're going to be at the, what's the name of the hotel? Dang it, I always forget.
The Drury Plaza. It's going to be rad, dude.
We were at I love the Drury Plaza. It's in my hometown where I grew up, in Franklin. Actually, I grew up in Leapers Fork, and I got to drive around on the freeway at 200 miles an hour with Mike. It was really good being home. It was just so weird because he drives like ridiculously. I was actually kind of scared in the last few days. No, here's the thing.
It showed in that video.
No, I was actually terrified. He's like, yeah, do marketing. You think you know how to market. Market at 200 miles an hour, dude. That was like, I mean, it was really scary. So he was driving home back to my family estate out in Leapers Fork. Anyway, the point is I'm really excited. That means that I get to go home and I get to hang out with you guys. And we also really know how it goes down, which means this year is going to be, not that there was anything less intense about last year, but this year has all of these things added on top of it. All the stuff that Greg's doing, all of the social explosion stuff. Mike Pierce is going to be there. We're going to have a lot of the things that were not there are going to be fully enhanced this year, or at least quite a bit better explained. So we look forward to seeing you all there. That's for me the big event is OMG Live leading up to it. So if you can possibly be there, as soon as the reservation comes out, just go ahead and hit it, because there's things that, and Jimmy will tell you, there's things that we can do and talk about there in live when you have that, intimate environment that's just faster. You can ask all the questions you want. We'll make things clear. There's no misunderstandings about, how to make that go down. And there's subtle nuances that you just can't communicate that we'll be able to do in person. We've got, this year we're bringing the right size whiteboard, so there'll be no stone left unturned.
By the way, speaking of crazy driving stunts, I took this morning. Doesn't this look like a city on a hill?
Were you driving by?
No, I stopped. I stopped in the middle of the intersection and took a picture of it.
That's very cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that was cool. Like this is where OMG Live will be. I took this morning. I went to get my triple venti soy latte that's been powering me today, so I can stick it in the fridge for this event.
Right.
But this is
that's awesome, Mike.
This is where it's going to be. It's going to be going down. OMG Live Nashville, 2014, number 2. This is
all right, you guys. I'll catch you later. Yeah, Mike, I'm looking so excited. I'll talk to you later.
God bless you, Russell.
Bye.
All right, guys. Man, this was that was an awesome start to today's event, and we are only halfway done. I am about to bring on another guest. We're going to keep these other guys live. Brian, are you there?
I am here, Mike. How you doing?
I am here. This is, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Brian Magnosi. And Brian, when Brian started with us about a year ago with OMG, he was not making he was not making 40 grand a month. I'll tell you that much. But he had the guts and the wherewithal to ask questions, to dive in, to dig in, and ask more questions and ask more questions and ask more questions. And today, Brian is making tens of thousands of dollars a month, much more than a doctor makes, and he's doing it primarily with local client consulting with Day Job Killer. How many people here would like to pick Brian's brains a little bit and dive into some Day Job Killer local client consulting, or would you guys rather we just end the webinar? So number 1 for digging in with Brian. Number 2 for let's just call it a day. Okay, we're getting a lot of number 1s. All right, well that is great. Well, I'm Brian. I'm really excited to have you here. Brian, what do you think about this whole Death Star Reloaded thing?
Dude, first of all, the name is just so prime. I mean, Death Star Reloaded? Oh, I'm geeking out about it, man. Sweet. It's just, great. Hey, what can I say? One more tool in the tool belt makes it just that much better. It's a great place to be.
Yeah, and you're currently turbocharging your PBNs, is that right?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, great. I think that and it's making a big difference for you and for your clients. I mean, that ranking power really matters.
It does. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's not just a subtle nuance like what Russell was saying in regards to the Nashville SEO event. It's these things can, I mean, cumulatively adding up don't just make a difference, but can make the difference between the tipping point of going from, say, maybe position 5 or 6, I'm just throwing a hypothetical, don't quote me number out there, to maybe 2 or 3 or even number 1. I mean, what if you just bumped up one more spot and you took the number 1 position, because that's like the crack, if you will, that keeps these clients going. These guys just love to hit that, you know, take a, well, they love to take a ride on the number 1 Google machine, and when they hit number 1, it's like ecstasy for these people. They just don't know what to do themselves. Seriously, big multi-million-dollar clients, little ones, it's all the same. They just totally freak out. They love it.
I love it. I love hearing you say that. So, and by the way, speaking of just a little bit of free association here, a little bit curious. How do you feel when you see? Let me pull it up. How do you feel when you see this?
Well, first of all, I've got mixed emotions, Mike, and they're all good.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what's better, the Whole Foods right next to the Drury Inn, or the content and the people and the No, I'm just teasing. Rock on, man. That was just a phenomenal days of heaven on earth kind of gig for me. It was just beautiful. It was. I mean, I met some great people. I got to meet you and Jimmy and Russell and so many other people, and wow, it was amazing.
You know, one of the things that really stayed with
challenged
me, one of the things that really stayed with me from, because Greg had always told me that you were the person who asked the most questions during coaching office hours. But I remember when you pulled me aside at OMG Live Nashville, and you told me that that if Greg, you know, if we hadn't done Project X, that you didn't know if you would stay in SEO, and that really moved me. It really moved me. It made me feel good about what we're doing.
Yeah. I mean, that for me is very sobering in light of what we've been able to accomplish, not just this year, but last year. And it's pushing a year and a half. I think it was December of 2000, well, I guess it was 2012, that I found you guys, and complete answer to prayer, radical change in our experience, in our clients' experience. And truth be told, I don't think we'd be in SEO today without you guys.
Well, I really appreciate you saying that. Well, what I want to do is I want to dig in with some real world stuff here. And I want to talk about, I'm trying to actually send myself a message. For some reason, I'm having a little bit of dyslexia with this. I'm trying to send myself a picture I just took on my iPhone. Let's see if I can just try this again and see if it works. So let's talk about getting checks from clients and get down and dirty in this, because I think it really matters. Now, you just closed quite a big account, and you did it off of one of your My City SEO sites. Is that correct?
I did.
So what's the inside baseball there?
I tell you what, it's kind of it's the three facet. It's almost like a diamond, right? And I didn't really initially plan this. It kind of came right out of my gut, you know, a three-prong approach. Number one, absolutely taking the PBN approach, you know, giving some extra juice to my PBNs, but getting ranked for My City SEO. I'm currently ranked at the top in 3 different cities, and 3 of the biggest cities in the state, and they're all going to my website / you know, the city name, and I just spoke to those people, put a little bit of text on that, but so that's generating leads and sales. And what happened was, for example, in this instance, I got an email on the sign up, and you know, they explain very little. You know, I get a little bit of data. Basically, you know, we've gotten whacked by Google. We're crushed. We're basically bleeding. Can you help us? And I said, okay, we can absolutely do that. And what I did was, because you of all people, you in particular have encouraged me to do this among others, to always do the picture-in-picture. I'm a big video guy anyway. Video, I've made almost more money than anything else ever in the history of my life through video marketing. It's just been so powerful. So what I did is I did a screen capture, almost like a Jing kind of screen flow movie, Camtasia, and with my picture in the corner. And I'm opening up all these tools that we talk about here in OMG. And I'm basically opening up their eyes and showing them exactly what I'm seeing and across a variety of tools, and giving them, teaching them, educating them why I feel that they've gotten damaged and crushed. And what I did was I then took that, gave them hope, gave them encouragement, we could fix the problem, and then uploaded it and created a PURL, which is a personalized URL on my site. So it was, you know, my website / their company name _fix. Right? Like, so I sent that to them, and the response back was, wow, we have never seen anything like that. And you know, he was very impressed. And next thing you know, I mean, I think the next morning I'm on the call with the company owners. This is a multi-million-dollar company, and I met with them a couple of days ago. Walked away with a check for $4K plus. We're going to do either $4,500, $6,000, or $11,000, or excuse me, or $8,000 a month. We're going to take one of those three.
It's so it's either $4,500 a month, $6,000 a month, or $8,000 per month, added to your already substantial income.
Yeah.
How many people remember when we had Scott Schaff and Jason Boyd and Cotton on a webinar recently, and I was talking. We did some role playing, and I talked about the a call I'd gotten in from. I called them Auto Power. And how many people remember that event? Okay, getting a lot of recognition on that. That's good. I'm glad that you guys are keeping pace with this stuff because we put a lot of work into it and so forth. So this morning I got a check-in. It's the name of the company is actually AutoMasters, and it's a $2,000 check. It's $2,000 per month, so not the biggest account in the world, but it's nice because you guys are following along with me as this goes. And would you guys like me to install this in your members area? Would you like to have this in your day job killer local consulting area? My AutoMasters finding video so you can see what I did and how I did it. This is something that me and Greg and Jimmy Kelly and David Mills are working on. You guys don't want it? Okay. All right, forget it. Fine. If you don't want it. Okay, everybody wants it. I'm just kidding. Every time I do that, it's the same joke. It's just the same joke every single time. I know, Heidi. I don't mean to be. I'm just joking. All right. So this is the kind of thing you're talking about, Brian. Is you go through things, you figure out what it is that they could benefit from, get into some of the tools that we use, and you shoot a video picture in picture using Camtasia, and it really wowed them.
Yeah, I mean, it's simple, but yet it's so powerful because people connect, like Russell was saying before, there's nothing quite like a video. The engagement factor, the relatability, the trust factor, all goes right through the roof. And, and I teach people that, I think, hopefully reasonably well, but pretty extensively, in a product I just, created. And I really hope to inspire people to say, you know what, get out of your shell, do videos like that, because a picture is one thing, but a video is a completely different animal, and the conversions just go through the roof. It's insane.
Yeah, it's also something that David Hood's doing as well. I know that there are several OMGs that are doing it. I really encourage you to do it. And by the way, Brian's talking about Client Crusher Academy, which I endorse. I think it's going to be a game changer for a lot of people. Brian currently has on sale for just the next few days before he closes the doors on it. But I do officially endorse it. I think it's fantastic. So anyways, also Brian's got a whole section inside of our day job killer client consulting area where Brian and I have been putting together a nice little module for you. You already have access to it right now inside of your, I know the OMG server's down. I'm sorry, it's a big HostGator outage. But anyways, as soon as you can get inside, you can take advantage of that. By the way, speaking of things, would you guys like to have the actual physical proposal that I sent in? Would y'all like to see the proposal I sent in that led to this to this sale? Yeah? Okay. I'll find it. Let me see. Here we go. Oops, wrong one. That was another proposal. Just sent that one out.
I like the graphics. Wow, you're really challenging the status quo there, aren't you?
Yeah. You like that? Something a little different?
Oh my goodness. Wow. All right. Now you're schooling me. I love it. As usual.
It's pretty good, right? Yeah. Little two-page proposal here, AutoMasters. So this was this is the actual proposal I put out. Somewhat, by the way, David Mills wrote this. I just made it look good. Somewhat like having a mechanic fix your car. When you have somebody do SEO for you, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that's outside of your view and outside of your expertise. You need to find somebody who you can be confident in. To that end, keeping things simple and yet effective tends to be the best thing to do. We want to get started in a simple and clear way. Also, one of the reasons we blanket page 1 of Google for terms like Nashville SEO is so you can feel good about our confidence from the beginning. Here's a proposal. You have 3 main keywords that are big in your market. 5,000 people are typing that in each month, and either they're being steered to your competitor or to you. Because I've asked around, I believe in how you do things at AutoMasters, which I do, as opposed to your competition. Your main keywords are competitive, So we need to start large enough to get some of the top to get to the top of Google. At the same time, we want to start as small as reasonably possible. I propose that we go after the main keyword. We expect to naturally pick up rankings for the other two main keywords and several smaller terms as we do that. For the above, that's $2,000 a month. We get that number from 2 part science and 1 part art. We get the number from, okay, I actually repeated myself there, 2 part science, 1 part art. Sorry. Little typo, and we still made this fail. There you go. It's based on the amount of traffic per month and the average dollar amount of paid advertising. Then we look at how competitive the term is. We are not, in your case, increasing the cost based on competitiveness. The difficulty is right at the border, so we're breaking the decision in your favor. As you see results over the coming few months, we'll have the option to scale up and go up to about double and go very strongly after the remaining 2 keywords. There's one other choice for you that we make from the start. As you see with Nashville SEO keyword, we have several other pages such as Facebook and YouTube on the top of page 1, which wipes our competition off the first page. Once again, we can start with about half as a stepping stone and scale up as you see results. The results on Google and also the results that lead and turn into sales. Our starting point with that would be creating and ranking a Facebook page and YouTube video. That'd be $1,000 per month for those 2 pages. Part of our service would involve cleaning up the SEO on your site, including some links that are pointing to your site. We've done analysis, and there are approximately 20 fixes that will remove problems and make you very solid in the future for SEO and on your main website. We'll also remove or disavow 11 toxic links that are coming into your site and hurting your ability to rank. In addition, we'll rank another site they wanted us to rank. And then we give them links to do things, and then there's a little write-up that I put in here, and then link to join, link to join. So that's my proposal package. What kind of proposal package do you write up for people when you want people to get started with you, Brian?
I actually, Mike, I have 2 different proposals. And personally, coming out of corporate America in the pharmaceutical industry and just a pretty intense corporate environment, I have kind of a disdain for that sort of thing. I actually really like what you did here. So I have a simple proposal, and then I have what I call an extended contract. That's something that's very robust. It's kind of exhaustive, and it's very long and extremely detailed. It's for multi-million-dollar type of companies. This company in particular that I just signed up, I use that.
Give me number 1 if you're getting the distinction of what Brian's saying. I think this is critical. I think what he's saying is critical. This is really, really smart stuff. So this is one of the reasons why OMG is a city on a hill, because we can bring such a different array of individuals on who are having success right now, real world success. This is really something. So distinguishing between selling to a mom and pop operation and selling to a giant corporation, and it's a very, very different sale. This is great stuff. I hope everyone's holding on to their seat. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And I kind of, in the meeting, for example, when I meet someone new, whether it's face to face or over the phone or a join.me or something, I really sort of look to feel out the conversation. And some companies, they really want you to go through it, kind of didactically, right? Really line by line, point by point, help us understand what this is. They want teaching and education as much as they want the solution, and that's okay. And that I'll sort of give them that, because some of these companies I'm quoting like $12,000 a month, so it's okay. But I really tend to avoid that whenever I can, because I like to keep things relational, more simple, and just focus on the prize.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. So again, this is a big distinction. When you're going for a big business, big complicated proposal, when you're going for a little business, little, short, sweet, get to the point, and that's as a rule of thumb. Of course, if you're dealing with a business owner who sees himself as very complex, then of course that could be a little bit different. But I think that's a great distinction. Brian, would you be willing to do a little bit of role playing with me? I'm always would everyone like to kind of hear? Because I'm kind of interested, now that Brian brings up his experience with these big clients, would you guys like to hear kind of my best impression of me being, maybe a big company, and then Brian, just seeing how he would sell me? Because I'm genuinely curious. I don't know what he would do. Yeah? Everyone likes that? All right, let's do it. So let's say you've been contacted by Nissan. Nissan sells the GTR, so my favorite car. And so let's say that Nissan, maybe Nissan North America or something like that wants you to do some big stuff for them, or a pharmaceutical company like you're saying, but let's just say it's Nissan. And so you're sitting down with, let's say at this point you're doing a web meeting, like a go-to meeting, or a join.me meeting or something like that. And I'll be the guy that you're meeting with, Tom. I'll be Tom, and I'll be the head of web marketing. Hey Brian, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Tom?
Good. I've only got a couple minutes here to get to my next meeting. We're taking a look at several SEOs right now. What makes you different?
It's a great question, Tom. And I think the most important thing when you're looking at someone to provide the solution to your quote-unquote pain, I think you need to look at perhaps something a little bit out of the box. What do I mean by that? I mean that you've got your standard SEO agency out there. They've got roomfuls filled with interns that quite honestly don't really know what they're doing. They're hoping to sort of sponge off of what a few handful of folk in there are doing. This situation is pretty critical to your moving forward. Wouldn't you agree? You've got to
I definitely agree
over
with
this
that.
hump.
Yep.
Okay. So that said, you want to make sure that the choice you make is the right one. And one of the very best ways to make the wrong choice is by hiring a group of interns who are quite honestly clueless about SEO, and you being just, well, quite frankly, another number on the board and hoping that you're going to get results. And this, I am not that, okay? I make no bones about that. We are, I've crafted this company by design to be very different. And what I mean by that is personalization of service. You're talking directly to me, the guy who's actually doing the SEO, and the one who actually understands the business. I mean, hopefully you took the time to read through my book. It's called Winning Internet Marketing. I gave you a copy of that. Granted, it's 63 pages, but you can read through it in a couple hours to kind of help you better understand some of the, not just subtle nuances, but the things that are really going to make the difference for Nissan moving forward and getting out of this penalty. So that said, I am different. I am really somebody who's most passionate about doing what I do, not because I have to, but because I get to. And so
I like the expertise. My big concern is, can you handle the scale of this business?
It's a valid question, and it's not the first time that I've been asked that. And the reality is that on the outset, it would appear that a two-person shop, as I am, could not handle that. But the reality is that doing SEO like everyone else does, i.e. your typical SEO agencies, they need 30 people doing a myriad of tasks. I don't do SEO that way. I do it different. I do it to last, and so I focus on quality rather than quantity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. But can you explain more, and I only have a couple of minutes left here, but what kind of linking are you doing? Because one of the big things that I get talked in circle about is this penguin penalty and this panda penalty and what's going on with it, and this is going to take us this long, and then we have to change this, and by the time they fix it, there's another thing that's wrong.
Sure. Part of the problem is that a lot of quote-unquote SEO experts out there, unquote, are hoping that they're going to survive the next update. We don't have that problem here because we stay really in touch with Google. Specifically to answer your question, Tom, you said, well, what would you be doing? For me, it's all about authority, high domain authority. And this is really what Google wants and has wanted for some time, and is going to continue this trend. If you look at, in light of the last several updates, especially in light of the next updates coming roughly in the next 2 to 4 weeks, it's all about leveraging high domain authority sites in such a unique way so that you not only partner with those sites in a sense, but that you're giving Google what they want at the same time. A great user experience, high quality, relevant links, ultimately a great user experience for the searcher. And that's really how you not just survive, but you outwit Google.
How quickly can you get us out of this penalty?
Well, that would require more comprehensive analysis. Typically, from based on what I've seen here with just a few minutes looking into this, my guess is anywhere from 6 to 8 months. In the worst case scenario, could be as soon as 3 to 4, where you actually see your site begin to rise back on the search engines. But I can't give you a definite because I haven't done a thorough competitive analysis yet.
How much is it going to cost? How do you do your pricing?
It's great. I typically like to give people options. I don't know about you, but I like options. So I have a conservative, moderate, and aggressive approach, meaning you have 3 options. Given what we've talked about up to this point, this is a commitment both on your part and on mine. And so I'd like to give you options. If you want to be a little more conservative, take the slower approach. Slow and steady wins the race. That's certainly a valid point. We could begin at $10,000 a month. If you want to be a little more aggressive, certainly we could speed up the rankings and the process a bit. We could look at that, at 15,000. If you really want to be uber aggressive, but yet stay within the guidelines of appeasing Google and getting the best results in the shortest amount of time, then we could do that for 18.5.
All right, Brian. I appreciate your valuable time. I'll be back in touch.
Sounds great.
Okay. So Brian, give me the inside baseball. What was going through your mind as you were piecing that proposal together, and fielding questions from Tom there?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I always advocate is, how do you separate yourself? It's separating the men from the boys. And I'm not, that's not a braggadocious thing at all. It's an internal conversation in your head and in your heart that says, how am I different? What's my USP? I think you and I talked about that in some of the videos we did in one of our modules in Project X. It's, you've got to have this internal confidence, this mechanism that says, you know what, I got the solution to your pain, and it's up to me if I'm going to let you have it. It's a total game changer.
Yeah, I really like that. Now, how do you, when somebody hits you with a bit of a curveball, like one of the things is, that guy had a pretty rough demeanor. Like he wasn't real friendly. What do you,
Right.
how do you deal with that kind of thing?
I'm almost flippant. Whatever. I'm busy, so my time is just as valuable as anyone else's, and I'm not going to be a pushover like I used to be in the beginning. So I take it with a grain of salt. And if there's not a rapport happening, I'll be the first to let them go. And I'm not afraid to let a client or a prospect go. Bye.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So give me some insight into pricing and how you decided on that pricing.
Obviously this is just a crude example, because I don't really know what it's going to take in terms of their competitors to outrank them once we get the site detoxed. But, I like to keep it relative to the size of the company. A mom and pop is not going to be able to swing 15K a month. It ain't going to happen.
Right.
So,
But you don't mind throwing out numbers in a meeting like right off the fly and right off the cuff.
I generally don't, because I'm more methodical. You know me, I'm pretty analytical. So I like to.
So you're more you more went with pricing because you had the feeling that this guy's itchy on the trigger finger.
Yeah, and I just think in the context of our role play here, but usually I don't do that. Usually I'll do just the opposite. I'll stop people and you know what, I can't give you an intelligent answer at the moment until I actually properly assess your competitors.
Now, how does your demeanor shift for a smaller kind of mom and pop operation? What are some of the things you'll calibrate, in that situation?
A lot more relational, a lot more conversational. People buy emotions, so I tend to focus on what emotions they're dealing with, and trying to get that emotional connection between them and me. It's all about that's the essence of really strong relationships. And
now, when people are pressuring you on timing, what about that?
You mean time to rank?
Yeah.
I'm brutally honest with people, blunt to a point, my wife says. And I tell them straight up, if I've properly assessed the competition, I say no one controls Google. I can't guarantee that you'll rank by X time, but based on years of experience doing this a lot, I can give you what I feel is a reasonable range to rank. And I give them, a couple of different options.
Great. All right, great. Brian, that was really, really wonderful. I really enjoyed it. Can we show you your affiliate site? Is that okay?
You talking about the dubstep?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
I wonder if it's going to come up, because I know that there's that server damage. What's the name of the site?
It's onlinedubstepcreator.com. There it is.
Yeah, it does come up. Okay, so I love it, Mo. So what did this site look like before? Can you kind of give the inside baseball, because you and I discussed the site, you made some changes on it, and what's the new result with it?
Well, 3 days after I made the change, I made my first sale and made $300 in the past 2 weeks, and sales keep coming in.
Oh, that's great. So so give us the inside scoop on this.
Well, when I first started, that ginormous video of yours truly here was not there. In fact, it was just a huge banner. And then there was no flaming purple arrow. The text was different. And just below it, I had the boxes in different they were different. The save money yellow box in the middle, which is the opt-in form, was where the banner, where it says Dr. Drum, was. And then I had another one that said make sick beats, and it had a really cool graphic my designer made for me. But
you know what? This is how it looked like before, right? I just
there you go.
Yeah. This is from the series that Brian and I did. So this is what the site looked like. Now, what's interesting is before you made the changes that I prescribed, you were actually getting a lot more opt-ins. Your opt-ins really dropped off the cliff, but your sales skyrocketed.
Yeah, I mean, a really inverse relationship, but that's okay. I'll do that all day long as long as it's making sales.
Okay, so just so everybody knows, what I'm saying is the previous version that looks like this right here, and Brian got into how he actually designed this website, and that the web design aspect of things was extremely valuable, as well as everything else. I looked at the site and I just thought, this is just not personal. Like it's cool. I mean, there's no question it's cool, but it's just not personal enough to make that sale for the underground DJ. And to give a little bit of background on you, Brian, you did this site because you used to DJ, so this is something you're passionate about.
Yeah, in college. Yep.
All right, great.
And I'm a drummer, so I mean, I'm into some heavy bass lines and all that kind of cool stuff. I love music, so I thought, this would be kind of a cool thing. I actually have a real interest in this. It's kind of interesting.
Great. And so you put together this video, and like, what's the long and the short of this video?
It's the bottom line is people need direction. I mean, when you shared those ideas, like I told you, I'm like, boom, it just instant. I'm like, man, okay, he's so right. I know you're right. And it's basically giving them direction. You didn't come here to waste your time. You came here because you're looking to make sick beats online. You want the best software. Boom, right here it is. Click the banner below and buy it. And then on the thank you page for those who actually choose to opt in, I give another video with another call to action. I follow that up with, I think it's 3 or 4 emails, all very clear call to action. So 2 videos, call to action, and change the headlines here too. But it's converting. So far I'm really happy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. All right. Well, I want to thank Brian for doing this. I think Brian, by the way, can see the question box. So if you want to share your thank yous with him right now, it's great timing. I think this was really, really cool. Brought the heat when it came to day job killer local client consulting, and we got a wonderful affiliate example as well. Multiple streams of income right here. So this is great stuff. Once again, I endorse Brian's product, Client Crusher Academy. I think you can get a lot out of it. If you can spare the $197 for it, well worth it. Brian, thank you so much for coming live. Yep.
Oh, you're welcome. I just see a few questions. You want me to just sort of answer those?
Absolutely.
Somebody's
I
asking
would love it. Yep.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll do that now.
Oh, okay, you're going to
appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, great. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, sounds good. All right.
Yeah, unless you want me to, it's probably better to just answer them right here because there are a couple of specifics, and I figure I don't want to take the time of the webinar to answer.
Yeah, no problem at all. All right, Brian, thank you very much. Really appreciate your valuable time jumping live. All right, I want to bring one more special guest. See if we can root him down. I do admit that I horribly peer pressured Ronell to come on this event, but I'm so glad that I did. Ronell is just a wonderful, wonderful guy, really, really cool. Let's go to good old Facebook.com, and I'll show you who we're dealing with here. Let's see. If you're part of the peer pressure to get Ronell here, then congratulations. Ronell, are you there? Yeah, I may have should have given him more advance notice. Ronell? No. Ronell actually did come on the event. He had to work hard. He may actually be taking care of something right now. So I will I will check in. I will check in one last time before we wrap things up. If you have, we still have Mike Pierce live with us. So if you have any questions about Death Star Reloaded before we wrap things up, I was just going to take a couple minutes here at the end with Ronell. But if you happen to have, Ronell is here. How do you turn on the mic? Well, that's a good question. I hear something.
Hey, Mike, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Ronell. Can we get a warm OMG welcome for Ronell? This is
Hi, guys.
If you're give me the number one if you're part of the peer pressure to get Ronell to come on this event, so you can see your adoring fans. You see all those ones pouring in? That's great
Yeah.
stuff. Ronald, I really appreciate you coming live on this event. By the way, did you see the news about well, not that. Let's see, where is it? Where do I have it? I got nope, not that. I had a picture somewhere. Where did I put it? Give me a second. Just a moment here. Just a moment. I am a trained broadcast professional. I can handle it. Hopefully. Let's see if I can find this here. See if I can find what I'm looking for. Nope, wrong thing. Right thing. How does this make you feel right now when you see this?
Happy.
Why does this make you happy?
Excited.
Yeah. Was
Bring back good memories.
brings back good memories? Does it bring back profitable memories?
Yes, it does. Pretty much the turning point in my life.
In your life? Wow, that's really something. And you took off in my GTR. I will tell you this, guys. I let Ronell drive my GTR. I thought he was going to drive it around the block. He comes back like a half an hour later, and it's got 15,000 extra miles on it. And I'm like, what did you do? Unbelievable. All right, Ronell, you gave me some wonderful news last week. What's the scoop?
Well, last year, I actually closed on a total of $5,000 a month worth of extra clients.
In the last week?
That was last week.
Wow, 5,000 per month in clients. So what's the inside baseball? How did you meet these clients?
Well, most of my clients actually majority of them are from referrals, and I get a few leads every now and then from my website.
Mm-hmm. What's your website? Is it like My City SEO?
No, it's actually it's called youthnoise.com.
And what do you rank for? Like, how do you get traffic to it?
I'm ranking for New Jersey and Chicago.
SEO?
Right.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow, can I see?
Sure.
That's amazing. That's amazing, dude. You didn't tell me that.
Well, I'm not sure what's right. Type in NJSEO.
NJSEO? Sure.
That's actually the main term right now. I think it dropped to like number 4.
You're number 4. Are you serious?
Well, yeah, it's number 4.
Oh my gosh, you really are. No, you're number 4, number 3, number 4. That's awesome, dude. How high have you been? What's the
I was on number 2.
You were number 2? That's amazing.
Yeah, I can't beat that YouTube video.
Huh? Maybe your own YouTube video.
Yeah, right.
Man, that's awesome, dude. Wow. Okay, so what were these deals?
One of them was from a realtor, and the other was a chiropractor. And actually, just yesterday, a lead came in the site from Chicago, and the client's looking to get started with $20,000 a month.
Whoa, are you serious?
Yes, it's a investment firm.
Did you use Kung Fu? All right, let's take a look at Chicago. Yeah, you're right here. Right there. Wow.
Right.
Wow, that's awesome. So what was what was the client conversation like? Like what was it that you think like got you the deal?
Well, the past two ones from last week, that was actually handled by one of my sales guys.
You have a sales guy?
So yeah, pretty much what I do, I take care of all the back end stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and the sales guy does all the communications with prospects.
How much do you pay him? Do you partner with him?
Yeah, I give them a percentage.
What percent?
Small percentage.
Oh, wow. That's a great way to go. And I guess it's enough to motivate him?
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, dude. That's really cool. So how did you, like, what do you tell him what to, like, how do you set him up to be successful with the sales?
Well, with the sales, he pretty much knows SEO, and he just approaches it his own way, and he knows like how much we price and how much we charge clients, and he pretty much just does his own thing, and he delivers.
So how do you set up pricing? How did you arrive at the pricing for the chiropractor?
Well, like Brian said, it depends on the size of the company, their industry, and their location.
So what can you give me like a ballpark? Like what was the relative size of the company? Like what's the relative location?
Well, the realtor was in New Jersey, and they sell shore properties.
They sell what?
So
Oh, the realtor. Oh, the realtor's in New Jersey. So they're on the Jersey
right,
Shore?
right.
Wow. Maybe you could get on that show.
Probably.
Okay. Just checking. You look bigger than the situation. You look like more fit. Was it GTL? Uh, okay. So basically, but you realize like, look, these guys are selling shore property. It's going to be competitive. So what did you price it at?
Starting off at 2,000.
Okay, great. And what about for the chiropractor?
The chiropractor, he was at 15. And actually, I actually closed a couple more deals last week to
Wow. So you're
total
just going like
4,000.
right and left. Is
Right.
Jeff wants to know, is youthnoise.com an expired domain?
Maybe.
So I guess that's a yes.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
That's really cool. That's really cool. That's wonderful. Are you a paid speaker, Ronell?
No.
This is great. Hey, Ronell, I really appreciate you coming live on this event. I would love everyone, just so everybody knows, this is really not something that Ronell like wanted to do, but we pressured him into it, and he was just great. He jumped on this event, and very, very valuable stuff. Can we get big thank yous for Ronell on this event? Yeah. Ronell, if you open up the question box, you can see that there's just tons and tons of thank yous rolling in right now.
Okay, I see.
See, are you glad you did it?
Yeah.
Still a little nervous. I know, but you're still, you're still glad. All right, good. All right, Ronell, thanks so much for jumping live on this event.
All right, no problem.
OMG is the city on a hill. That's the way it goes. All right, I want to see if Mike Pierce is still there. Mike, are you still there? I have my doubts because Mike might be like conquering other universes when it comes to SEO right now. I think that Mike is gone. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody. We're right up on the 2-hour mark. This has been a crazy event. I hope you had a wonderful time. If you want to jump back onto the Facebook page and give us another boom for the road and let folks know what they missed out on if they weren't able to come live, then you're welcome to do it. It's right. Man, this thing is so active, by the way. How cool is that? We're in the middle of an event here. Got 100 OMGers live, and we're just getting post after post here. It's just neat. It's just neat. Ooh, we got a sonic boom from Matt Woosen. That's awesome. Boom, it's dope. I'm gonna boom it again. Boom. Yeah, one boom for the road. It's great, Ann. And Sylvia, really appreciate it. Well, I had a lot of fun today. I hope you had as much fun as I had. Man, I don't know. I mean, OMG is just a city on a hill. It's a city on a hill. It's a place where friends come together in Providence. And if you don't have the Project X Blueprint, and this thing is blowing up, by the way, this Project X Blueprint, I am working on this sucker. It's up to about 140 pages I put together in the last 2 weeks. 140 pages in 2 weeks. How's that for the book report skills? And I've added, here's the table of contents. This week, we added the Death Star Reloaded right here. And we added the domination. This whole domination section is all new. We're going to be working with Jimmy Kelly in the next couple of days to add a domination on the cheap section, which is going to be really cool. And then Mike Hayden is working on a web design section for us, so that's going to be really cool. And what I'm currently working on, what I'm currently rolling out, is the day job killer client consulting situation. This is going to be really cool because one of the things I want to do is, there's such a wealth of resources inside of OMG when it comes to both affiliate marketing and day job killer local client consulting. I want to point you to the different resources that are already available for you, that are already sitting there for you, so you can best take advantage of them. So really look forward to this section right here. You're going to have a lot of fun with it. I'm also adding a Project X resources page to tell you where the various downloads and themes and child themes and sub themes and resources are inside of OMG. It's going to be really, really cool. So I hope that everybody enjoyed the event. If you don't have, don't do that, Nick. if you don't already have access to this extraordinary document, it's just getting better and better. Email me at omg@omgmachines.com. How many people are you? Oh wait, what's this? Will this be on OMG soon? Glenn Ingram. Let's see if I can bring Glenn live. What was I talking to Glenn? There, Glenn. Hey, Glenn, are you there?
Hey, can you hear me, Mike?
Yep. So what did you want to know? You want to know?
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good. You had a client stop by? How's biz?
Hello?
Hey, you just had a client stop by? How's biz going?
Oh, it was good. I just had to stop by and create a video for him or go over some of the videos that we just made. So I was gone and missed most of the webinar.
Oh no, that was a good one. That was really good. How's your business going? Any news?
You know what? Everything's going well. Yeah, the trainer that I worked for his sites are starting to rank for his pay-per acquisition, so that's doing pretty good. The new site out in California is ranking pretty good for Huntington Beach and Newport Beach, so things are going well.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. The SEO really matters because you start getting clients. It was a big story when you came inside of OMG and you ripped off, whatever it was, 17 grand right away, or just piled up a bunch of cash. But then you want to fulfill upon it,
Exactly. We'll have to wait and see. I have a couple more projects that I may get started this month. If we get them started with the initial, I should be able to break 20, I think, for the first month.
That's exciting. That 20K is a sweet, sweet number. Have you had a look at the Project X blueprint yet?
I haven't. I was just trying to go through this. I know at some point you sent me an email with the Google Plus link to see if I had it. I was just getting ready to send you an email just to ask you to send it to me again just because I couldn't find it in my email.
Happy to do it. Email me at omg@omgmachines.com and I'll get you set up. And good luck on getting past that 20K point. I think that's going to be a big one. I want to thank everybody for what's that? I want to thank everybody for coming on this event. It's different every time. We have a lot of fun with it. I don't know, man. I just think that it's a very special time. I want you all to know it really makes a big difference to us. We work very hard for you, but we have a lot of fun doing it. It's not like a slog. When things come up and we have to move things around and do a little bit more work, or an opportunity jumps up like this Death Star Reloaded, really motivates us to get in there and fire away. I'll be working on this on this blueprint sometimes like early in the morning or late at night, and I'll look up and there'll be 12 or 15 or 20 people logged into it right now. While we're on the webinar, there's 17 people looking at this document. That's very heartening for me. Really appreciate that. I also want to point something out. There's a little comment block right here, so you can always go up to the comment right here. If you have a comment that you want to place on the thread, or you have a question for me, or something that you think I should add or change. I know my spelling is not exactly spelling bee level, so if you have a change or something that you want me to make, let me know, and you can always put it in the comment box. Glenn, thanks for coming on impromptu. Appreciate you hopping in for the last few minutes of the event.
Thanks a lot.
Right. All right, so that is it for this week. Next week, we're going to do it at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I have a very special announcement for next week, but I'm not going to tell you what it is right now, but it's going to be big, big, big news. Just think all new module, and we're gonna start wrapping up the focus on Day Job Killer and start moving over our focus more to affiliate marketing. And not starting next week, but the week after that, we got big announcements, big stuff. Tell me, are you having a great time inside of OMG? I mean, is this just dope and rad and awesome? I mean, number one, this is just amazing, because it amazes me. I gotta tell you this, it does. It absolutely amazes me. Cotton, what's up, Cotton? Man, that was cool when you came on this event. Cal, yeah, oh, it's great. I love seeing it. Oh, that's wonderful. Paul says, every session leaves me fired up and encouraged. Good. I want that. Tim, quality information every time. That's awesome. Awesome. I appreciate it, guys. Guys and gals, appreciate it. Thanks for all the booms online. I will work to get this replay up and out and ready to go. Just appreciate all of you. Just so everybody here knows, I pray for each of you every day to have wisdom, health, and for God to take care of you just like you're a little baby infant. Because I pray for the same thing for myself. I want the same thing for you. I appreciate you all very much. Oop, got a message from Ronell. Let me take a quick peek at it before I go. See what he said. Probably nothing important. Ronell says, "Can I get a replay of the Webby?" Absolutely, Ronell. Absolutely. Want to thank our special guest today. It was awesome. We had Mike Pierce. We had Russell Wright. We had Jimmy Kelly. Jimmy Kelly was a bullfrog. We had Jimmy. We had Brian Magnosi. We had Ronell. And we finished things off with Glenn Ingram. It was awesome. It was real. And we just keep trying to up the bar. Keep trying to up the ante. Next week, I'm going to do it 8 p.m. Eastern time. 8 p.m. Eastern will be the time for next week's Money Getting with Mike Acceleration Webby. God bless everybody. Had a lot of fun. All right. I will see you guys on the inside of OMG. Lots of news to come. Boom.